You guys see there's a new pope? Y'all knew that was coming. New pope. He's American too, and when Trump found out, he was pissed that Trump wasn't the new pope. Could you imagine being the guy to try to explain to Trump, though, like how the pope is actually elected? Like, sir, it's the cardinals, they vote for him. And he goes, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Louis was a saint, St. Louis. St. Louis Cardinals. I gotta do that last bit for the people that don't watch baseball. That's a baseball team, all right. Ah, man. My girlfriend and I, we got into a bit of a little play fight the other day, and I threw her off the bed, and she fell about 3 feet, and she got up. She was pretty pissed. Yeah. But, you guys, she's the one who made me get a bed frame. What for that? She would have fell about 2 inches. Yeah. Should have done a pros and cons, right? Yeah, like pros, doggy style's a little better. I can get better traction. Cons, I throw you off the bed, you break your collarbone, and now we can't even do doggy style. My parents had a waterbed. That's gross. You guys remember that? Yeah, that's gross. That means every time my mom wanted to see dick, she got seasick. She got pregnant with me. She had to wake up every morning with motion sickness and morning sickness, dude. I remember one time, though, my parents were in there fucking, and, why is that funny? It happens, you guys. I have a brother, you know. But I didn't know that's what they were doing, all right? I was like 8 years old. But I was really hungry, and I wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I was banging on the door, and they were just ignoring me. But I could hear them in the room. So I heard my mom saying that she was wet. And I heard my dad say that he was about to dive in. Guys, were they in the waterbed? Yeah. And then I heard my dad talk about his little swimmers. And then my mom started gagging and choking. I was like, fuck, she's drowning. And I was freaking out, you know? And all this because I wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So after that, my parents kept Uncrustables in the fridge. Yeah, my dad bought it without crust so he could bust. All right, that worked. Oh, man. My girlfriend's pretty cool. Yeah, that's her. Oh, man, but she's cool. This year, though, for Valentine's Day, she got me a set of silverware. And when I opened it, none of it matched. So I asked her, I was like, where'd you get this? And she goes, I found it. I'm like, what do you mean you found it? And she goes, well, I took them from restaurants that we went to throughout the year. And I just gave her this look, and she goes, whoa, 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 whoa. I only took them from restaurants that I thought were doing well financially. Bitch, you the Robin Hood of cutlery? Now I'm so paranoid, I'm going to invite somebody over, and they're going to be cutting into their steak, and on the side of the knife it's going to say Outback. How do you explain that? You got to watch her like a hawk, dude. She likes to steal. I mean, I do too, but I steal from Walmart. It's different. You guys don't go to Walmart, do you? Do any of you guys shop at Walmart? Anybody? Okay. So I'm going to do the joke then. All right. Yeah, I like to steal from Walmart, but it's a lot more difficult than it used to be, okay? Because they have what they call asset protection. And their job is supposed to stand there at the front of the store and make sure you don't steal. The asset protection at my Walmart is this 80-year-old lady. You guys, she can't stop me from stealing. She's only there to make me feel guilty about stealing from an old lady. But I don't. Because I'm not walking out with a pack full of Werther's Originals, you guys. I'm stealing a tank top that says, "Don't mess with my freedom" on it. Because I'm not going to pay for a shirt that's explicitly about freedom. And what are they going to do if they catch me, Stop that patriot! That's a bad look. And it is patriotic, There's nothing more patriotic than stealing authentic Chinese-made American paraphernalia. Thank you. People get mad that I go to Walmart. They're like, "You should shop local." I do. Walmart's like 5 minutes from my house, dude. Yeah. I do love my Walmart. Problem with it is, though, they locked up the condoms and the Legos. I feel like that's related. Think about it. If you can't pay to prevent those kids, you can't pay to entertain them. Condoms and the Legos, dude. That's two things I hate stepping on. My Walmart's so safe to walk through. I love shopping. Do you like grocery shopping, you guys? Yeah, that's the first time anyone's ever agreed. Everyone's like, "I want to get in and get out." I love it. I want to be in there for like 3 hours. Everyone I know, I want to run into, Because the longer I'm in there, the higher the chances are that the Uncrustables have thawed out enough for me to eat them in the parking lot. Because eating an Uncrustable in the parking lot is like eating an oyster straight out of the ocean. That's an unshuckable. Thank you. I don't need claps, laughs, just clap. Yeah, thank you. No, I want more claps. Thank you. I had to ask for the applause break. God, comedy's awesome. I had a friend one time tell me, though, he likes to put his Uncrustables in the toaster. Dude, you just crusted it. That defeats the whole purpose. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. I grew up in a household where I thought that diabetic socks were just the socks that you wear when you become an adult. Like when I hit 12, my foot was going to fall off. And then I'd get my adult foot. Got to take care of that one. All I'm saying is I had a fat family, and my dad was really big, and that affected me as a kid. The first time I ever went to Dollywood, I didn't get to ride in any of the rides because he was too big. So we left and we went somewhere way more fun. We went to the Bush's Baked Bean Factory. And there's no roller coasters there, you guys. There are a lot of conveyor belts, though. Yeah, if you think about it, that's kind of like a roller coaster for a bean. Now, they have a museum you can go into, and I've never seen my dad happier than when he stepped on the scale and it converted his weight to beans. You guys, it told him he weighed 2 million beans. Do you know how many beans you gotta eat? More than 2 million. That's why I always preferred going to the fair, though, because the fair just didn't care about your safety. They just let you ride whatever you wanted to, no consequences. My dad and I, we rode on top of this big-ass slide one time, and he weighed about 500 pounds, for those of you who didn't do the conversions. And they gave you the potato sack, and they say, "Godspeed," which is exactly how fast we went. We got airtime, you guys. They had to catch us with the net they set out for the human cannonball.